Can we take a moment and talk about how totally nerve-wracking it is when you put yourself out there to share your voice and hope it encourages someone and that you won't totally embarrass yourself and those you care about? Well, that's how I've actually been feeling about coffee chats and yoga mats. And I have a feeling you might be feeling very similar things about something in your life. So let's talk about it. Hi, my name's Courtney Louie. I'm the creator behind Coffee Chats and Yoga Mats, where my mission is to empower you and encourage you to remember that you are God's beloved. Your life matters, so live intentionally. This is something I'm not great at. I'm struggling with many days, not all days, but that's a big reason I know that if I'm struggling with it, you might be too. So you're not alone. And today I thought it'd be great to talk about 3 encouraging truths to remember when putting yourself out there is scary. I'm sure you resonate. There's things in your life that you're so excited about talking about with others. You want to do it. You want to put yourself out there to speak on something you're very passionate about. But then you start thinking about all the reasons you may not be good at it, why someone may not listen. So that's what we're going to talk about. So in my case, the more I've enjoyed learning, writing, and tinkering on coffee chats and yoga mats, the more intimidated I've become. If you too are debating about how to put yourself out there, or if you're already doing it, if it's worth it, you might relate. Multiple seemingly odd questions can plague you. So let's talk about what those might be. So big question is, am I being vain? Seriously, if I just want to journal out my thoughts and feelings, I can do that by myself. And I do. It's a way to process for me. But part of me wonders if I'm being incredibly vain by putting myself out there like this. Honestly, does my voice even matter? How could it possibly compare to the thousands of other voices in the webosphere? Why does this pursuit actually matter in the first place? What kind of expertise could I possibly offer to others? You feel me? Do you find yourself questioning if putting yourself out there actually matters? Or are you just trying to boost your ego? So there's many things this may apply to. Perhaps you're exploring or beginning to start a new business, date, teach, coach, or mentor, learn a new skill, create a product, speak publicly, reach out for help, and the list goes on and on. Putting yourself out there is downright scary at times. Personally, I'm trying to continually come back to truth and what's my reality. So let's talk about what that means for you too. One truth, you are created to do God's works. As Ephesians 2:10 says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. You were created by God and for God to do good works. You were designed with that in mind. Another truth, you are called to use your gifts. As 1 Peter 4:10 says, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. You have been given unique giftings to serve others. God designed you with this in mind. He calls you to use these gifts. And then one more truth, finding satisfaction in your work is a gift. Ecclesiastes 3:12-13 says, I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is a gift of God. How many times I've come back to this verse over the years. Isn't it wonderful to know that being satisfied with the way you live your life and pursue your work is a gift from God? So if you put all these truths together, what do you get? You were designed to do good, plus call to use your gifts equals satisfaction in life. So let's talk about reality, your reality and mine. Sometimes it helps to revisit what that is. What is it that you're longing for? What are your current limitations? Does this current pursuit mesh with your reality? So for instance, in my role, I'm currently the primary caregiver for a very busy toddler. I'm grateful and so surprised about what a joy it's been to be at home with him. But I also miss aspects of my former career life as a university educator. I miss connecting with students and coming up with new ideas, leading big initiatives, and the continuous learning. At times I feel like that was someone else's life. So I personally need an outlet with flexible time commitments. I can do it from home, and it builds on my talents and interests. Since I finally started sleeping more regularly-ish and writing more regularly, coffee chats and yoga mats has been a joy and fulfillment for me. It's really checking my boxes, and that is such a blessing. I'm a better wife, I'm a better mother, I enjoy my life more fully. So what about you? What's your current reality? What are your limitations? If you need to, write it down, say it out loud. It's okay to own this. Sometimes we also struggle with some questions. So like one question, what if no one wants to read or hear this? Let's be honest, when I first shared this, I had 3 subscribers to my blog. 1 was myself to make sure the emails made sense. 2, my mom, and 3, my husband. So I wasn't exactly like shouting from the rooftops everything. I've been agonizing over the worth of my words when the confirmed subscribers of this blog are biased in my favor. More than anything, I just want to be honest that this struggle has been real. You're not alone, again. And if you'd rather not admit you've got these fears, that's okay. Another question you might have is, what if other people do want to read this or hear from me? And what if they don't like me? I mean, that's the goal, right? You're trying to connect with other people. Yes, and yikes-a-bee, that's daunting. What if someone likes what I put out there? What if they expect me to crank out top-notch encouraging content? Yikes! But what if they don't like what I have to say? What if they tell me they disagree with me? How will I cope? After all, what if someone goes to that passion, they check out your pursuit, and they decide they don't like it, and they don't like you? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna deal with all the rejection and criticism of someone responding online? Sheesh. If you really think about it, sometimes it's helpful to talk about those fears. Because honestly, when was I ever promised that everyone would like me and what I had to say? Never. As my husband often likes to remind me, if people rejected Jesus, we'll definitely be rejected by others. Jesus, perfect grace and love embodied, was rejected by people. Then we, imperfect, sinful, not always loving, will definitely be rejected by others. Sometimes people just won't like you or what you put out there. That's okay. And now I'm going to repeat that over and over and over again for myself. Feel free to do the same. Ultimately, it's okay to put yourself out there. You, yes, you have a message to share. Be brave, share it. We need your voice. So it's your turn. How are you going to, or are you currently putting yourself out there? You are designed to do good works. You are called to use your gifts. This is one amazing way to find satisfaction in your life. Seriously, be brave, be bold. You are God's beloved. So your life matters. Live intentionally. How are you going to, or currently putting yourself out there? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk. Don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe, and thank you for being here. Your voice matters.